Welcome, greetings and welcome to my channel, Magic in Progress. This is another pick a card reading, and today the topic is, what demons are you battling right now? What demons are you battling? Now, this isn't necessarily meant to be taken literally, unless you are some type of ghost hunter or I don't know, somebody that physically battles spirits, in which case, by all means, please do take this literally. But when we talk about battling demons, what we pretty much are discussing is, what mental or spiritual obstacles are we coming up against? What are we dealing with right now in the way of thoughts, ideas, emotions that are preventing us from moving forward? And not that they really are preventing us, it's more so about our perception of a thing. If you think something is a block to you, then that's what it is. The moment that your perspective changes about something, then, that's what it becomes. So, as you can see, I have 3 piles here. There are 3 cards in each pile and also a rune. I made these myself out of clay, and I carved the rune into the clay, and then I painted the rune. So again, 3 piles. This is pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. Take a moment, center yourself, breathe in, breathe out 3 to 5 times. Deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, and then choose whichever pile calls to you. If you need to pause it, that's fine. I'll be here when you get back. I will also post the timestamp for each pile down below so that you can fast forward to the pile that you choose. And without further ado, we're going to get into it. Okay, so hopefully you have chosen your pile. Again, this is pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. Keep in mind, these are very general readings. I'm reading for whoever is watching this video and feeling called to pick a pile. If this doesn't resonate with you, that's fine. It probably wasn't for you. All good. Just make sure you listen to your intuition and let that guide you. Now, of course, that intuition could be something mentally that says, oh, I think I should pick pile 1 or pile 2 or pile 3. Maybe you like the way a certain pile is positioned on the table. It doesn't necessarily have to be a spirit or an ancestor that comes to you and tells you you need to pick pile 3. I mean, what am I trying to say? The pickings, the leanings of intuition can manifest in a number of ways. It's really about you paying attention to what vibrates within you. That being said, let's get to pile 1. I'm moving pile 2 and 3 out of the way. And I'm going to move pile 1 over here. Okay, so let's flip this card. Ooh, Abraxas. Okay. Relationships. 4 of Pentacles. Reversed. And this rune. So number 1s, we have a pretty interesting spread here. I'll just go card by card initially. The first card that has come up for the demon that you are battling, this is Abraxas. Hopefully you can see that. What the card says, Abraxas, also Abrasax, is an ancient god whose name gave us the mystical word abracadabra. The demonographers made him into a demon with the head of a king and snakes instead of feet. Okay. And so with that particular energy, Just to give you a little background on Abraxas there. In the Greco-Roman era, the name and image of a great god of the mind, Abraxas or Abrasax, was engraved on stones and amulets called Abraxas stones. The figure was drawn as a man with the head of a rooster and the legs of a dragon, and in his hand he held a whip or a flail. A particular Gnostic sect used to believe that the sum of the value of the letters of his name was proof of his power against confusion and misfortune. In Latin transliterations of some Greek texts, the word Abraxas was switched to Abraxas, and that is the name that we use today. Over the centuries, some demonologists began to associate the incantation abracadabra with his name. In particular, Carl Jung, a man of science with an equal interest in occult, wrote of Abraxas. Abraxas begetteth truth and lying, good and evil, light and darkness, in the same word and in the same act. Wherefore is Abraxas terrible. When we hear the word abracadabra, some of us look for the magic, while others look for a sleight of hand. A talented stage magician tells an unbelievable truth with a lie of omission. You can believe that a rabbit is about to be pulled from a hat. The secret is that the hat isn't ordinary. So, the message here for you number ones who have picked this pile. The demon that you are battling right now is lies of omission and hidden truths. Things that aren't being fully disclosed. Now, you may be the perpetrator. Somebody that is not being fully truthful. You're only telling half of the story. Maybe you're pleading your case before someone, or you're trying to make somebody believe something about you when the truth is there's really a whole other side to it. Or the flip side is that it's possible that you are the one that's being lied to. Somebody isn't coming clean with you. This second card here from the Soul's Journey Oracle deck is telling me that this is in regards to relationships. That it has to do with how you are relating to others, possibly how you are relating to yourself in regards to revealing this full truth. The message on this card says, I am attracted to those people who serve my highest good. So, this gives you a goal to shoot for. Maybe this is somebody that you want to be with or want to be involved with. But, you know, they're a fucking liar. They are dishonest. They tell you things only that you want to hear, but not for your good or your benefit. They really just, you know, want whatever they want out of you. When in reality, you should be seeking people who will serve your highest good, which is to say the highest good of us all, since we're all interrelated and interconnected. Now, with this card, the Four of Pentacles, I specifically asked, you know, from the Wild Unknown Tarot deck that it would give us some indication of what action could be taken here. This card is ultimately about wealth and the manifestation of that. Usually in the upright position, it would indicate, you know, a boon, something good that is going to happen in the way of receiving resources, definitely adding funds to your account. But with it reversed, it's not necessarily saying that bad things are happening or that you're going to not have any money. But what it's saying is perhaps that you're holding on too tightly to your wealth or the things that you feel make you secure. Wealth is really just a concept. It's not necessarily anything concrete, meaning it's what you perceive it to be. If you put all your basis into physical things, having things that look like they're good, you know, you may be disappointed because all of that stuff can pass away. All it takes is a fire or, you know, a bad investment decision or an emergency. You know, you come along, you have to change your brakes all of a sudden, or your roof caves in and you have to get that fixed, or your basement floods. Anything can happen that can change the status of this. So don't base your health, well-being, and happiness on something that is so fluid and changeable. Don't hold so tight to it. Think about what's actually really important, which is getting the truth, getting a real understanding, putting yourself in a position so that you are surrounded by people that will actually tell you the truth, that care about you, that will help you manifest the things that you really want and need. With this particular rune, I know it's really small, okay, but this is Jera, Jera, and let's see. This is a rune about harvest. It talks about reaping the things that you have sown, what you have put your energy into, what you wish to accomplish, what you desire to see bear fruit in your life. These rewards can be karmic in nature, such as in a good deed or return for a good deed done, or they can be repayment for something that you've given in the past, such as time or money. Jera is also the rune of justice and legalities of every kind, and it sometimes appears as an indication that you are concerned about a legal matter, although it does not necessarily always mean a positive outcome. Because the harvest can only come after some energy and care is spent, Jera implies that some events come to fruit in their own time. Sometimes the delay can be a legal issue of some kind, such as the delay involved in financing a home or maybe getting a divorce, especially if it occupies a prominent position. Can also be a warning not to speak ill of others before all the relevant facts are known. So let's see. To put it all together, we are dealing with revelations of the truth. Something that is blocking you from seeing what's really going on. This ultimately has to do with a relationship. There's another person. I strongly feel that there's another person who is being dishonest. They're spoon feeding you lies and bullshit, and you're accepting it, which you need to stop doing. You're doing that because it looks good and it feels good, and you think that's what you need to do to be happy, but that's actually not true. You're going to delay your harvest if you keep doing that. You need to cut that shit out, for real. Otherwise, you're just going to have more of this reversal. Ultimately, that's going to lead to you having nothing. Because somebody that will lie to you, somebody that will defraud you, they don't really care. They'll just use you up until they're done with you, and then you're left holding the bag. Okay? We'll go on and get these out of here. Then pile number 2. Let's see what's in store for you. Ooh, okay. He's an interesting character. Okay. Freedom. Ooh, okay. Sorry, guys. Okay, I know this one too. Yeah, this is interesting. Let's see what's going on. Okay, so here's the demon that you are battling. The name of this one is Ribisol or Ribasal. However you want to put emphasis on that. The card says, Rubisal or Krakanos is a guardian spirit of the giant mountains of Central Europe. He commands the thunder and lightning and is quick to take offense to the use of his name. My goodness, I hope I haven't offended this dude. Like, look, I'm just trying to give the people information. Please don't hold it against me, okay? So, again, this is a demon of Czech and Germanic origin who lives high in the mountains and can incite heavy cloud cover and ice storms. He's part guardian spirit, part mischievous or angry demon who whips up storms for his own reasons. According to folklore, if he is summoned by his name, he is likely to take offense and create terrible weather. But if he is referred to with respect by the name Lord of the Mountain, he is far more likely to respond with favor and good weather. He actually has many qualities in common with trickster gods of many cultures. He teaches medicine and plant lore to those he favors, and he can be warm and kind on occasion. However, he is often very cold and harsh, seeing humans as a bother and a distraction to his greater studies and works. And he's quick to disregard lesser beings as unworthy of his gifts and only worth destroying. Now, again, that is just the demonology lore. You'll find more information about these entities through your own research. Some are part of the greater key and lesser key of Solomon. And again, in particular for this one, like a few others in the deck, they just come from other mythologies. Again, just to reiterate, we're not saying that you are specifically literally dealing with this one. This is just about what type of energy they symbolize. In that respect, what you are being called to be aware of is to be aware of excluding emotions for the pursuit of logic or genius. Take care not to invest so much in learning that you become cruel and unfeeling. I actually didn't pick a card, pick a pile this time, but I feel like if I did, it probably would have been this one, because I'm definitely guilty of this a lot of times. Like, I have this one-track mind when it comes to acquiring new skills or honing existing skills. Really, any goal that I have, like, I will neglect everything to get that thing done. And, you know, when you are a parent, when you have a mate, that is just not good. You know, the people in your life end up feeling like they've been tossed to the wayside. So really, the urging here, the admonition here is for you to strike a balance between the goal that you're trying to reach versus the other things that are also equally important in your life. The lesson per the Soul's Journey card is that this will lead to true freedom. Battling this demon, finding this balance, is going to actually grant you the freedom that you seek. And just to show the card, it says, I possess the power and free will to create my own happiness. And indeed you do. In any situation where you feel like your hands are tied, that you don't have a choice, that's absolutely not the truth. We have free will. We always have that. It never goes away. You're also always divinely connected to the earth. You are rooted in the earth. So you have access to that rejuvenating power. You also always have divine connection through your crown chakra. So, you know, you're always rooted. You're always divinely connected. In a chaotic situation, that's very important to remember, because you always have that freedom that's accessible to you. Even though you have these things that you're trying to do and you feel like you got to sacrifice everything, really what you need to be doing is trying to find a balance so that you can reap that freedom. Now, here's this card, this Wild Unknown. Again, I specifically pulled to indicate what action could be taken here. And I apologized when I saw the cards because this is a 5. You know, 5s, no matter what suit it is, always indicate a challenge. It's a conflict. It's just a lot going on. And this is a 5 of Wands. So this has to do with something to do with your work, maybe on your job, something that you're definitely passionate about. The sticks, the wands are just all over the place. You got these lines that are going this way and that way. It's a lot of chaos, a lot of conflict. Keywords for the card are scattered, lack of focus, feeling lost. The 5 of Wands, again, is a card of conflict. You may find yourself scattered, distracted, tending to everything and nothing. Since Wands deal with our dreams and goals, it usually means this conflict resides within you. Your energy moves outward in many directions, yet you feel like you're suffering inside. Take this card as a warning. Here's the action that you need to take. Find a way to bring calm and focus to your mind, or these troubles are only going to increase. Again, the need to find balance so that you can find the freedom that you seek from here. In this room, can you see this? That is the Kenaz room. It's very near and dear to me. It symbolizes the element of fire, which is extremely appropriate considering that this is the Wands card. It is a friendly, warm, controlled flame of the torch, or even the hearth fire, which keeps the house warm, which keeps everything going and running smoothly. This rune represents strength, energy, and power. It is a significator of vigorous health and strong powers of recuperation. It's one of the most helpful runes that can arise when you are experiencing problems of any sort. It's a protective sign when it's upright, indicating that a relief from worries in a time when trials will be few and easily manageable is approaching. This rune can herald a time of opening up, of good things coming into your life. Now would be a good time to start something new, maybe even a new romantic relationship. It is a rune of creativity, and as such, it's especially important to artists and craftsmen. It can signify an actual birth. And now we're going to just move these on out the way and get deck number 3 popping. Let's see what we got for my 3s out there. Good luck, you guys. Good luck, good luck. I'm wishing you, sending you all good luck, good juju, good energy, because I want to see you all succeed. I love to see people that are happy, that are doing what they feel, doing what they need, doing what gives them purpose and peace. I never want to see people suffering. It just breaks my heart. So I do these from my heart because I know what it's like to need information and guidance, be looking for understanding and wisdom. That being said, let's go ahead and flip the cards. Ooh, Behemoth. Okay. Judgment. I don't do these reversed because they are oracle cards. Okay. So this is some emotional situation going on here. Okay, 3s. I just adjusted the room a little bit because I had to turn the wrong way. So, Behemoth. Here's the demon that you are facing. Just going to read the card. Behemoth is the lord of gluttony and the high cupbearer of hell. But some demonologists claim he is nothing more than a terrible but simple beast. He may look like an elephant or some other extinct creature. That is behemoth. The word behemoth has become so much a part of the language that you probably instantly thought of some huge animal when I said it. And quite right. Behemoth is an ancient word, possibly of Egyptian or Hebrew origin, meaning any large beast of burden. In the Old Testament of the Bible, Behemoth was the name given to a great and ancient beast, one of a kind in the world that eats grass like an ox, but is so large and powerful that it cannot be tamed. Because of Behemoth's great size and power, as a demon, he was given domain over the sin of gluttony and described as a cupbearer in hell. Because Behemoth was the only one of his kind, there is some disagreement between demonologists as to his exact appearance, but he is generally illustrated as resembling an elephant, while his sister Leviathan is portrayed as a whale. Behemoth, the beast, is a symbol of strength and virility, but the demon is an illustration of excess, as you can see by his very large belly there. Huge trunk legs. This is a clear example of how the same traits, strength and a high intake of food to sustain that great strength, can be good and acceptable in one situation and demonized in another. If he is considered a dumb animal, he's only acting on his nature, but if he is considered to have higher intelligence, his excesses are considered sinful, because obviously if you know that you're doing too much, then you're in the wrong. But if it's accidental, if you don't know any better, if you almost can't help it just because that's instinct, then it's not as bad. So in regards to the demon specifically that you're battling, beware of considering natural instincts and actions in moderation as things to be scorned or mocked. Some territorial feelings, hungers, and instincts are perfectly reasonable human reactions as long as we think before acting on them. With the second card here, it's talking about judgment. It says, I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. This goes both ways. This isn't just for other people. This is also for yourself. So you may be in a situation where you are considering things that are natural go-tos for you, your coping mechanisms. Don't judge yourself too harshly. The only way that I'm going to say that is, rightful is when you're doing something that's harmful. Obviously, drinking, smoking, things that hurt yourself or hurt other people are things that you kind of need to be trying to get away from. But in, another sense, what you're doing is necessary. I mean, to have a bite of ice cream when you're feeling down is not bad. If you eat the whole tub of ice cream, yeah, all bad. If you go out and have a cocktail, have a drink, have a beer, that's not bad. Having 1 or 2 beers, maybe even 3. What's your limit? You have to know your own limits. That's not anybody else's job. But if you drink a whole case of beer and then you want to go fight the neighborhood, all bad. You need to cut that shit out. This is not just about judging and deeming it wrong or foul. It's also judging it correctly. Looking at the situation and seeing it for what it really is. Don't be too hard on yourself. Don't be too hard on other people. We are all going through some shit, okay? Everybody I know. And it's not necessarily always bad, always chaos. But, life is a roller coaster. We go through ups and downs. We do what we need to. With this particular Mother of Cups here, and I'm sorry, I don't know if I lifted this card up so people can see it. It's really pretty. Okay. And then with the Mother of Cups here, we've got a swan. She's gorgeous. Wing is extended over the cups. Keywords for this card are insightful, psychic. The Mother of Cups rivals the High Priestess with her natural psychic abilities. She's gentle, tranquil, whose insights bring healing to those around her. She thrives when she's with her family. when she's doing something artsy fartsy, when music or beauty of any kind are on the table. Like a true swan, when the Mother of Cups is pushed, she can become aggressive and defensive. I don't know if you've ever ran up on a swan in the park or a goose in the park. Like, they will fight you in your face. Okay, do not get close to their babies. Don't even look like you're coming close. They will chase you down. Okay, the swans, the gooses, they are not the ones you want to mess with. Now, the downside is she can possibly take on this victim mentality, which, says to me she's judging herself incorrectly. I mean, yes, there are victims in the world. People go through shit. I understand that. I'm not knocking that. I've got my own experiences. But at the same time, when you survive that shit, you're no longer a victim. You don't have to choose to be one. You don't have to go through the world with the woe is me, poor me attitude. You can pick your ass up and move on, which is pretty much the mode of the day. Let's keep it going. Let's understand that we have survived. Let's take what we have learned from the things we have experienced and let's move on. With this particular room, it's called Perdro. This rune is considered a mystery rune, in a magical and a very literal sense. Some experts cannot seem to agree on what it means. Its meaning for divination is pretty clear, though. It deals with hidden things, secrets, even occult abilities. So, to kind of mirror what we have here with the Mother of Cups, we're dealing with someone who is emotionally in tune. She has contact with her subconscious, meaning she is able to draw on that power. You need to be able to draw on this power to overcome these self-imposed judgments, or to overcome the judgments that you are placing on others, either knowingly or unknowingly. Like, the simple message is just let folks be. Let yourself be. We're all doing, well, hopefully most of us are doing our very best. Some of us are slackers. That's fine. That's their lives. That's your life. If it happens to be you, it's your choice. You do what you want. But if you have a particular goal in mind, if you have somewhere that you're trying to be, some lifestyle that you're trying to attain, then you know that you need to do what you need to do. I mean, otherwise it's not going to happen. The shit doesn't just fall out of the sky. We got to take steps. We got to take action. We got to get our minds in order. We have to tap into our power. This rune is usually an indication that something that has remained hidden is about to come to the light. It's usually positive, such as with a new opportunity, or perhaps finding an object that you thought was lost for good. Did you lose something? It may be about to turn up. This rune can also refer to the telling of a secret that you have been trying very, very hard to keep to yourself. This is also a rune of unexpected gains and surprises, and often shows an unearned gain of money. So maybe that thing that you lost, that you thought was never going to come, could be a financial windfall in your favor. It may also indicate a strong intuitive or occult ability on the part of the people who have picked this third pile. And you should be able to call upon this power for help in this situation. So here's the action that you can take. Rely upon your subconscious. Call upon your innate magical powers, so to speak, to help you exact proper judgment on yourself, on your life, on the people in your life. I know judgment always kind of has this negative connotation to it, but really what it's about is balancing. It's about weighing. It's about putting things in the scales and seeing how they measure up. There's nothing wrong with coming to the determination that something doesn't measure up for you. Now, you don't have to make somebody feel bad about your particular judgment, but you are allowed to say, this doesn't have a place in my life. That's absolutely okay. Don't let anybody tell you differently. You have to judge for your life. Nobody else is going to do it for you. And if you don't, then you're going to have this kind of shit where, you just improperly attributing certain things to people and situations that it doesn't have a place for. And that's all I got. I hope that the readings have been helpful. Again, I'm going to do more of these. Be on the lookout for my 2019 Occult Magical Planner. It's going to have so much stuff in it, like keys for tarot, astrological charts, prompts, writing prompts, a whole lot of things. In addition to important religious, astrological, spiritual dates, things to help you get your spell work in order if that's what you want to use it for. It's going to be really cool. I'm going to do more of these. I've got one coming up just for the month of November. I'm also going to do one that goes over what we have particularly learned in 2018. So definitely stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching. Look in the information down below so that you can see where to follow me, catch up with me, how to book a reading. If you need some Moldavite, I can get that for you too. Thank you so much. Take care.